Hi, welcome to this channel where I share with you tips and tricks from the fascinating world of modern applied psychology. Today we'll be looking at 4 destructive habits, 4 habits that predict divorce and that corrode trust, destroy trust in a relationship. So you want to know them to become aware and apply this in your relationships. And we'll be looking at the research of Dr. Gottman. He started studying couples and relationship satisfaction in the 70s, and up to this point he did 12 studies with more than 3,000 couples. And also he's the guy who can predict with 93.6 accuracy if a couple will divorce. So imagine that you're having dinner at a restaurant with your boo and this guy sits next to you and he listens to your conversation, and at the end he can predict with 93.6 accuracy if you're gonna make it in the long run. I think that's pretty impressive. Now, let's look at the 4 problematic behaviors. Number 1 is criticism. So criticism, not complaints. Complaints are fine. But criticism is, for example, you telling to your partner, you never clean the kitchen, you're so selfish. Yeah, you never clean the kitchen, you're so selfish. So you're attacking his or her character. Now, number 2 is contempt. I think there's a facial expression universally recognized for contempt. I will put it on the screen. So contempt is particularly corrosive. It's especially toxic, and I think in all relationships, not only in romantic relationships. So really try to understand it so you're able to recognize it in yourself and in others. Now, contempt is when you are mocking someone, name calling. For example, you sneer, you roll your eyes. It has a component of superiority. For example, oh, you forgot to clean the kitchen again. Unbelievable. And you roll your eyes and you call them lazy bum or something. Yeah, that would be an expression of contempt. Yeah, it's a condescending behavior. You want to really steer away from these behaviors. Now, number 3 is defensiveness. What is defensiveness? For example, your partner tells you, oh, you haven't cleaned the kitchen again, you forgot to clean the kitchen, and you say, yeah, well, I haven't cleaned the kitchen because you forgot to do the dishes yesterday. Plus, I'm super busy at work. Why don't you go and clean the kitchen instead? Yeah, so it has this element of retaliation, and you're not taking responsibility for your part, and you are retaliating. Yeah, this is defensiveness. You know, many of us do it. Sometimes it's good to catch yourself when you do it and to see, oh, this thing I just did is defensiveness. Yeah, it's a bit tiring in interactions. And number 4 is stonewalling. To be honest, I was a bit surprised when I found stonewalling on the list, because I find stonewalling to be the least toxic from these things, because stonewalling can be really unintentional. And an example, your partner tells you, you haven't cleaned the kitchen, you forgot to clean the kitchen, and you just ignore them. You don't make eye contact, you don't respond. Maybe you go to another room without saying anything. So it's really ignoring, putting a wall, between you and the other person. And I think this can be really innocent in a way, because sometimes we're physically overwhelmed. So we can have situations when we feel so overwhelmed with our feelings that we want to escape. So we just leave the room. We don't do it to hurt the other. We don't do it to get back. We do it because we cannot deal with the situation. However, it seems that in time, it really, really affects the relationship, the connection. Now I'll give you the solutions, because in case that you want to improve this, in case that you're someone who does all these things, you're someone who criticizes maybe, or someone who is very defensive, let's look at the solution. So for number 1, if you have a tendency to criticize your partner a lot, the solution would be to try to add a soft startup. Yeah, so when you start your sentence, really soften the start and make a specific I statement. Yeah, so really make a specific I statement. I feel disappointed that the kitchen is still dirty because I have a very busy week and I would appreciate your help tomorrow, for for example. So you're making a specific statement. You're not saying, you're always so lazy, you never help me. Like, we're not doing generalized statements. Number 2, if you're someone who expresses contempt a lot, then what might be helpful is to remind yourself of the qualities of your partner, of the good things, the qualities, and really try to communicate in a straightforward, matter-of-factly manner. I'm saying the kitchen is still dirty and I would really appreciate your help. Can you help me tomorrow? So you're not being condescending, you're not name-calling, you're not superior, you're not eye-rolling. It's a very direct language, a clean language. Now, for number 3, defensiveness. Yeah, a solution for defensiveness is to take responsibility, really own your part, really own the part you're playing in the situation. You really haven't cleaned the kitchen after all. So you could say, yes, that is correct. I haven't cleaned the kitchen because I had the project to deliver today. I'm sorry and I will clean it tomorrow. Again, straightforward, clean language. We're not playing games. We're not defending ourselves. We're admitting that it's true, we have not cleaned the kitchen, and we offer to help the next day. For stonewalling, the solution is to express to your partner what you're feeling. So in the moment, you say, listen, I feel overwhelmed right now, I cannot respond, let's circle back to this tomorrow. That's it. Or later, or in an hour. So now you have the information, you know what are the 4 toxic behaviors in a relationship. Try to steer away as much as possible. And if you're interested in this type of content, subscribe to my channel. Thank you.